date for that too. They'll say you have, the next 6 business days to reach back out to us if you've won, to give us the next information we're looking for. Or they'll say you've lost, and you should always respond back asking for some type of feedback on why you were not chosen for the grant opportunity. This is a simple introduction to how grants work, who can win grants, what grants are, where you can go to find grants. Welcome to the Pink Print Grants Introduction class, hosted by your girl, Stormy Banks. I'm excited for you guys to be here, give you guys this knowledge and these gems. Today, my plan for this class is to go over the benefits of grants, what are grants, who can get grants, how you can use grants, and what you need to start applying to grants. All of this stuff is going to be super duper important of understanding when you're going through your grant journey, and I'm going to be the one to give it to you. For those of you who may be new to me, and I'm new to you, I'm Stormy Banks. I am the founder of Pink Print. We have opened up our business in 2021. And since then, we have done $17 million in grants, which is debt-free funding secured for small business owners. We also have given out over $100,000 in grants through our nonprofit foundation, the Pink Print Fund. And we have a full service grant writing agency where we help our clients write their grant proposal, find grants, and apply to grants on their behalf, as well as doing classes like this and doing challenges to give more resources and information. I mean, we've been featured in almost every publication you can think of for the works that we are doing in our community, making sure that small business owners have the opportunity to get the funding that we need to grow, and most importantly, to do it debt-free. So many people get into debt really early on in business. And for me, I think that that is a huge mistake because you do not know if you're going to be making money yet. So taking on loans and credit cards can put you in a serious financial divot with your business too early on. Mark Cuban said it best: if you're taking on debt in the beginning of your company, you are a moron. He literally said that, not me, because it's so true that the only thing that is for sure is that you're gonna have to pay that money back. So, this is why we want to scream from the mountaintop the opportunity that grants allow for us to have, with it being debt-free funding, right? So, benefits of grants. Of course, the financial support that it offers to your business. A lot of people are getting grants in their business, and they're going from a 5-figure business to a 6-figure business, a 6-figure business to a 7-figure business, because with more money in your business, you have the opportunity to bring more awareness to what you are doing, the mission that you are serving. You also have the opportunity to make more money or to do huge projects that you couldn't do with just the operating cost of your business. Access to resources. There's also, if there's not a monetary grant, there's a lot of in-kind grants, which is when they give you resources. Maybe they pay your Wi-Fi bill or your internet for a whole year, or they give you access to accelerator programs with different mentorship that's available. There's a lot of different resources when it comes to grants. Getting grants for your business a lot of times will allow you a lot of validation and recognition. We've had opportunities when we've personally won grants in our business where they take us to galas, they show us off, we get on stage, we talk about our business in front of a lot of city council people or a lot of state officials, which is very helpful for the awareness of what our company does. Capacity to build, being able to hire more staff onto your team so that you guys can take on more clientele or take on bigger projects. And of course, impact. Impact is super, super big. If you had more money to do more in your business, I think we can all agree that you would make a bigger impact and you would be able to change more lives on the local level, federal level, and even hopefully at some point for all of us globally, because I'm sure that that is the goal, is to be a world-renowned business. There's so many benefits to getting grants. You don't have any equity split when it comes to grants. Like if you take on an investor or a VC, which is a venture capital funding opportunity, there's no debt involved with like loans and credit cards that are out there for your business. So you get that stress free building of your business or your organization that is just mind-boggling why so many people are not doing it more. So I definitely encourage you guys, let's get to the grant funding. Let's get it, okay? Everybody put in the chat, get that funding. It's so important to get that money. So let's talk about what exactly are grants, because I hear it all the time that grants are free money. And although, yes, you do not have to pay a grant back, grants are not free money, y'all, because there are still responsibilities that come with getting a grant. So grant is money that is given to you to help you support your projects or your mission within your business, but you do have to uphold certain eligibility and standards when you take on grant monies. So I need us to let go of the free money brigade and propaganda and understand that we have to do right by the money, because there could be consequences if you do not. So understanding that grants is something that you're going to use to grow your business, but you have to use it to grow your business, not pay off your bills, not go to the store and get some groceries, not pay your Wi-Fi bill. It is used to do the mission that you said you are doing in your business, whether that be for a for-profit business or a nonprofit business. You have to use it for its intended purposes. Best practices are to have a software that manages how you are utilizing the money in your company, so you can show with transparency what you use the money on. We use QuickBooks in our company. A lot of people use ADP. Some people use other accounting softwares where they will generate profit and loss sheets on your behalf. If you simply connect your business bank accounts to that software, it will keep track of what you are using the money on and what you have spent and what you have gained with the grant. Us personally, because how much we win in grant funding, we have a separate grants bank account so that we can know which grants are going where and how that money is being used, and that software is clean and it's not tied into our actual operating expenses. This helps our CFO, our chief financial officer, keep a really clean record, and it keeps it super transparent for any opportunities that we win. So grants is money that is infused into your business, whether that's your for-profit or your nonprofit organization. Now, who can win grants? Because people always want to know, can I actually win a grant? Can my business win a grant? And the answer for me is always yes. Any business can win a grant as long as you have properly position yourself to win that grant and you have all of the proper documentation that may be asked for when you get chosen to win that grant. So this is nonprofits, small businesses, entrepreneurs, research and scientists, artists, educators, organizations, government agencies, individuals. Like, there's grants for everybody, y'all. And as long as you have a really good mission and a clear impact of what your business is doing, you could win a grant super easy. And this could be something, impact could be something as simple as, we want to help women feel confident in their skin when they're, not wearing any makeup. So you have a skincare line. It can be something very simple, but there needs to be a mission behind what you're doing and not just, oh, I just want to make money. So you have to figure out, what is your company set out to do to evolve the world in what way? And there are grants for everybody, every industry, every business, every person, as long as you have the proper structured things in order to win that money. Okay. So it's really, really dope to win grants. The feeling of winning grants is super amazing. It's kind of life-changing when you get that deposit into your bank account and there's $50,000 that you didn't have to earn, or that you did not have to get clients to pay you, that you can use to grow your business. And I'm sure you guys can imagine how much you could really grow your business with the influx of a cash investment that is debt-free. So grants is the way to go. Here's some ways that you can utilize grants in your business. This is really important because when you're going for grant opportunities, you want to use it for somewhere in these categories, Because if you are saying that you just want to use it to pay up your rent for a year, that doesn't really help the impact of what you're doing as much as some of these options will. Events is a huge way to use grant monies. If you guys ever want to host a large event program that also coincides with your business. I had a client who did a mommy and me event for her business. That was a great initiative for what she was doing for women who were battered in domestic violence opportunities. So those type of events could be huge for what you're doing and can also bring you more revenue, right? Those people who come to your event for free potentially are able to sign up for your services or use your services after. So that's a really important thing. Educational initiatives or scholarship programs. If you guys are in the financial world, doing any kind of curriculum that can help people learn more about what you're doing and can also be able to, that can be a great way for you to be able to use grant money. Community development. If you guys are in real estate, community development, block development grants, beautification grants are so prevalent. And if you are a person who wants to see better in your neighborhood, maybe with a youth organization, that's a great initiative. Social and environmental issues, healthcare, technology, whatever business you're in, if you are able to sell someone on the opportunity of you creating an app or an easier way to utilize your services through technology or innovation, is super duper huge. Sustainability is a big one. So reducing, reusing, and recycling materials, changing up your packaging in your business, hiring staff is a really, really big one. And marketing also can be used for grants. You can use grants for a lot of things. The main things I would always stay away from is any kind of, I'm trying to pay bills with the money. That helps no one but you. So rent, credit card bills, utilities, any kind of just everyday operational bills, unless the grant specifically says this is what that's for, I would stay away from that. I know Comcast Rise has a grant where they want to pay for internet. They want to pay for your internet and utilities for a year. That grant is specifically for that. But on a general basis, that's not what I would say I'm using my money for. It's nothing to do with anybody's bills, okay? Always to push your initiative and push your mission out into the world further so that you guys can have the impact on the people that you said that you serve through your target audience. I wanted to show you guys too. Here's some of our clients who have won some money. We've won monies from, $300,000 in one swoop, $2,000, $500, that we've won for our clients, $17 million. Okay. So when I'm telling you guys, this is what you need, these are the things that you need in order to really be able to grow your business and win grants. Grants is a tedious process. I do not want to sit here and, blow it up and be like, oh, this is so easy. You guys can, just apply once and you'll be winning. Now, we did have some clients who got approved on their first grant. That's typically not what we see. So it's really important to understand that if you're going for debt-free funding, you're going to have a time commitment to applying to grants for your business's behalf, right? Sometimes it can take 3 months before you see your first grant that you've won after consistently applying. But that one grant could be a $65,000 grant or a $311,000 grant, which will literally help you float your business for the rest of the year. So you have to go into this with the understandings that this is going to be patience and that you're going to be consistently applying in order to receive these good benefits. Okay. So you just have to understand that. This is what you're going to need when you are getting ready to apply to grants. So business, the basics is the stuff that is like, everybody needs that regardless of if you're going for grants or not. You're going to need business address. You're going to need a registered active business. I'm talking about a business, you've paid your annual dues, or you've done your 990 filing for your nonprofit organization. You have your 501c3 exemption. You have your business address, email, website, and your social media handles should be active. Every grant is asking for social media handles these days. You want to have an Instagram a Facebook, and a LinkedIn. Those are the ones that we see on most applications of what they're going to be wanting from you. You have to have these accounts, the accounting software, either QuickBooks or ADP, a business bank account. That account has to match the business's name. It cannot be a personal account. And you're going to want to go for a SAM.gov registration. SAM.gov, if you're going for federal government grants, which are the largest grants, those ones are going to be paid through your SAM.gov account. So make sure that you have those accounts. Paperwork wise, sometimes they do want you to upload paperwork. Only thing that I'm missing on here is a business plan or a pitch deck, because those are two things we've been seeing a lot of lately as well. So your EIN, proof of ownership, your profit and loss statements from your business, which you can get again from your accounting software. If you are pre-revenue in your business, you still should have a profit and loss sheet. There might not be any profit on there, but it will be a loss sheet, but you still should have that documentation ready if it needs to be uploaded. And operating agreements. If you are doing a partnership with a nonprofit or an organization is sponsoring you, you're going to want to have a legal partnership agreement with them, showcasing that they are sponsoring your grant and you are working under them. So you will need to have the proof of the paperwork if you are doing any kind of partnerships. And then, of course, your grant proposal. And your grant proposal is combined with these things: cover letter, executive summary, statement of need, mission and vision statement, and of course, the budget. The budget is huge, 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 huge. Because in your budget, you want to detail out what you're going to be using the monies for, line item by line item. I'm talking about if you do not have a clear agenda of what you're going to be doing with grant money is not for you, because the responsibility is, since they're not like, hey, you got to pay us back with interest, we don't care what you spend the money on, just give us our interest, give us our money back. Since they're like, hey, you don't have to pay us back with interest or give us our money back, they're like, we want to know that you're using this money on what you said you was using it on. So the budget has to be executed properly to showcase, I'm going to use the money, $5,000 on this, 10,000 on here, 3,000 over there, and you need to actually execute that and do that. So I would consider, if I were you, before I go for a grant or, any opportunity that's giving money, I would figure out, what do I actually need to use grant money for in my business to help me grow? Do I need to hire a VA? Do I need to do Facebook ads? Do I need help creating an app? Do I need help buying inventory? What do you need to do in your business right now? And how much is that exactly going to cost, so that when you are going for grant opportunities, you can detail out that budget. The budget will change on every single grant, because you can't ask for more and you can't ask for less. If a grant is given out 5,000, your budget needs to match 5,000. If it's giving out 50,000, it needs to match that 50,000. So that is what you're going to need to make sure of in that budget that you have, or that you create. Right? So take a screenshot of this so that you can always remember what you're going to need in order to get ready for grants. And this is very important, because no matter if you're doing it yourself or you're working with Pinkprint, the agency, you have to have this stuff, because you will miss deadlines for these grant opportunities if you do not have this stuff already properly ready and prepared, because the deadlines come quicker than you think. Usually a grant is open for about 30 to 45 days, and gathering all of this information could take 2-3 weeks. And now you done forgot that the grant closed today. So you be like, okay, never mind, just forget about it. But if you have a Google Drive where you can put your grant proposal, your business plan, your pitch deck, all of your paperwork in there, any of your links and stuff, you just have a grant folder ready to go, grants will be so easy to apply to. You'll be knocking them out in 15-20 minutes, to where you can consistently apply to grants every single month, because there are grants out every single month. You should at least be able to apply to 5 grants a month that fit your business. Now, I do want to tell you guys that Pinkprint will help you find, write, and apply to grants on your behalf, right? So we have it where you will learn everything you need to know in our grant masterclass. You will be able to get on a call with grant specialists or with our team. You will be able to have your grant proposal written for you. You will have grants applied for on your behalf so that you don't have to worry about that part of it until our portion is done. And we still tell our clients to keep applying, keep applying, keep applying. But if you're the type of person who needs a proposal written for them, you don't know how to write the proposal, definitely hit up Pinkprint because we will help you. I'll drop that link in the chat. Now, there's a few different sites that you can utilize to find grants for your business. There's a few different ways that you can. One of the ways that we like to break down grants so that you understand it is corporate grants, there's federal grants, and there's local and state grants. Now, what you need to understand is that when it comes to federal grants, those are the big kahuna grants. They have a lot of money. The projects are a lot bigger, and you need to have a lot more paperwork with those grants. Typically, with a federal grant, you are going to have 3 different processes for you to submit. So you are going to have to submit first your cover letter or letter of intent. Then you're going to submit your final proposal. Then you're going to go through, usually it's when you're getting on the phone and going through an interview portion for those grants, because those grants are like 500K, 1 million, 3 million, and etc. So it's going to be a longer drawn out process. You can expect 6 months to a year to win those grants. That's federal grants. A lot of people do not win federal grants because a lot of people are not prepared or do not have the team. If they're giving you a $500,000 grant, they're expecting you to be able to hire a team to do what it is to do. Nobody's going to give $500,000 to one individual. You're going to need to be able to showcase that you can hire a team for your project, whether that's real estate, whether that's a huge event, a youth center, whatever that may be. You're going to need to showcase we have the infrastructure to handle this amount of a project and we can get this done. If you're going for local state grants are bread and butter because a lot of people do not know about those grants. Local state grants, I'm talking about grants in your area, in your neighborhood, from your state, from your county, giving out grant opportunities to small businesses. People, there's going to be less competition in those grants. Those are the ones you really want, right? Because they're going to give out a good amount of money. I'm talking about they're giving out at least, $25,000 to $125,000. And you could win that money, and it's going to be so much more easy because they're not running ads on their grant programs. Corporate grants like Hello Alice, Hello Skip, I'm sure you guys have seen them before. They run ads on their grant programs. You can imagine the tens of thousands of people who are going for that one grant opportunity. You're getting lost in the shuffle if you do not have an amazing grant proposal. But your local state, they probably just put that in the newspaper. And how many people read that newspaper? Probably a good couple hundred people read that newspaper. So you're going to get a shoe in going for the grants in your local state area. You can easily find grants local state. Get connected to your local chamber of commerce, your local SBA. And I'm talking about the Chamber of Commerce is going to charge you an annual fee. Let's not get that confused. They're going to charge you an annual fee to be a part of their Chamber of Commerce, but they are going to give you so many opportunities. We, Pinkprint, are a part of New York's Chamber of Commerce. They have given us so many opportunities with grant monies and opportunities to write grants for different agencies just from being connected to that organization. Your local SBA, get on their email list. They tell you about all kinds of different grants that are coming out in their newsletters about that state or that local area all the time. So for local, those are great ones. We use grantwatch.com all of the time to find grants for all of our clients because we can filter out the search to search something directly for our business or our client's business. So we use GrantWatch and we use grants.gov to find grants all day long. So corporate grants are easy to win in the sense that they don't ask you for a lot of information. You don't have to have a lot of documentation. The only thing is there's so much competition. That's where the problem comes in with corporate grants. So if you are only applying to corporate grants and you're finding it hard to win and you're struggling with winning grants, diversify the grants that you apply to. Diversify, because if you're only applying to the ones that have tens of thousands of people applying, that's not giving yourself the best chance of winning. Find the more niche local grants that you can apply to so that you can have a better chance of winning, because maybe only 1,000 people, knew about that grant opportunity. So making sure that you guys are going for a plethora of grants is going to help you win more grants. Now, the other thing that you need to make sure that you're understanding is the deadlines, right? A lot of people are rushing the process with grants, but you cannot make up a grant that's out there. You can only apply for the grants that are currently out on the market. Hitting those deadlines are super important. And you want to actually apply to a grant at least 24 hours before the deadline date to make sure that your grant is accepted and received. So I will tell you, when you find the grants, create a spreadsheet, right? Create a spreadsheet on Google Spreadsheets. It's super duper easy, and track all of your grants. Write down the name of the grant, the opportunity of the grant, get the link to the direct grant application, write down the deadline date, write down the date that you need to be applying to that grant, how much that grant was offering, so that you could keep track of the opportunities that you have so that you do not miss the deadline dates. You will not hear from a grant. Typically, you'll get a confirmation email, but you won't hear from them about winning until about 2 to 4 weeks after the deadline has hit, because they need time to judge the applications that are there, go through and read over them, and then they will be contacting people about if they have won the grant opportunity. So let's just say you found a grant January 1st. The deadline date was January 31st. You're not going to hear back until mid-February in February about if you won or lost that grant opportunity. Once you hear back from that grant opportunity, that is when you need to make sure to either hit them back immediately, because there will be a deadline date for that too. They'll say you have, the next 6 business days to reach back out to us if you've won, to give us the next information we're looking for. Or they'll say you've lost, and you should always respond back asking for some type of feedback on why you were not chosen for the grant opportunity. This is a simple introduction to how grants work, who can win grants, what grants are, where you can go to find grants. Welcome to the Pink Print Grants Introduction class, hosted by your girl, Stormy Banks. I'm excited for you guys to be here, give you guys this knowledge and these gems. Today, my plan for this class is to go over the benefits of grants,